So, hi everybody. I thought since last week I talked about basically like email scams, I thought this week I'd talk about social scams. There's been so much happening lately in terms of scams that it's hard to keep up with all the latest ones. But I've noticed that there have been a lot of people that have been sharing via social media about various scams that are happening. I saw someone post via Instagram, via their story, that someone actually straight out direct messaged them asking for money. That's a new one because that's pretty brave. Usually you get the people that want to be your friend and then they eventually ask you for a gift card or money or some other type of whatever they want from you. I will tell you that there's a lot, again, of the random messaging of just for random things, people portraying themselves either as a man or a woman, and they're doing the scam where they want to be, again, friends, and then eventually they ask you either for the WhatsApp or for Google Hangout, or they want you to video chat. I had someone bug me about that earlier today. And the funny thing is, though, is you can catch that most of the people aren't from the United States because the auto translators or the sentence structure is wrong somehow. Like it'll phrase a sentence oddly. So I think you guys might know what I mean. Like it's either a misspelling or there's something else that doesn't make sense in the particular sentence. So I had someone today, again, message me claiming to be from the United States and they were overseas, which is never anything new because most of these people claim to be overseas. And the person got very upset when I told them I didn't use WhatsApp and I was extremely busy and I didn't have time for their nonsense. And the person went on a rant. And I like it how the scammers try to con you into thinking that you're the fraud. The person couldn't even spell fraud. They spelled it F-R... I can't remember. I gotta grab my phone now to spell it for you guys, but it was some odd way to spell fraud. Like you could tell that it was spelled through a like phonetic spelling. See if I can pull it up real quick. Let's see. Here it was. So the person spelled fraud. If I can find it. F-R-A-U-N-D. That's not how you spell fraud. So that's why I knew that the person was probably using a translator of some sort. And the sentence structure is wrong. Because again, it'll have the words in odd placements. Like instead of saying, I hate you, it'll be hate you I or something like that. Something weird. If you guys have encountered it, you know what I mean. But the people asking for money was a new one. I hadn't heard about that one. But I also want to tell you guys to watch out for a lot of the social ads. There are many social ads that are fake, I guess, because I've heard of people ordering cosmetics and stuff from the social ads and they're counterfeit. And I've also heard of people ordering things and they never get them. I don't know if they can dispute their charges, but I know that people have been saying that with some of the social ads, be it on Instagram or Facebook or anywhere else. So you really need to do your research about, some of the ads like that. I placed an ad. I will say I did place an order for a canvas, but that seems pretty reputable. So we'll see what happens there. I'll share with you guys about that once it comes in the mail. But I just wanted to talk about social ads and just to be careful and just random stuff that people have been sending out lately. As I mentioned in my video last week, there's been a lot of direct messaging from brands that want to interact with people, which is fine. But if you're not real familiar with the brand, I would say check them out first before you decide, oh, I'm going to order something from them. And I know a lot of little brands do that or new companies do that to try to get exposure, which is fine. But you still kind of have to do your homework. I can't think of any other social scams that I can think of right now. Oh, I take it back. As I mentioned last week, like for the Walmart one, in the video last week, there are a lot of them that are also doing the gift card scams again. So be careful with those. And also, please think it through before you you send off the text to those random numbers when they have those text, 6520 or whatever the numbers are, to whatever website address it is, or to whatever number it is, and you'll get a free gift card to fill in the blank store. So just remember to check those out too, because I've heard a lot of people that have had scam problems with that too, because they're not real gift card giveaways or some other type of item that they claim to be giving away. So just do your homework first. I know that there's times where you're like, ooh, it's this, or ooh, it's that, and it's this cheap. How can it be? So just do your homework and just be careful of the social scams and the scammers out there, because they're getting a little braver, a little bolder, and quite frankly, some of them are just flat out rude. Like the person that was mad at me today because I didn't want a video chat. They called me a fraud and they were upset at me, and I'm like, I have better things to do with my time than this. And a lot of the profiles I've noticed, which going back to the original thing to begin with, a lot of them I noticed are private or they disappear rather quickly. So just be careful, and that's all you can do. So I hope everybody has a good day. And if you have any comments or questions or just want to share your story, feel free to do it in the comments below. Bye.